Hello and welcome to this tutorial about QBasic programming. This is a beginner's tutorial, so no previous experience is expected. I'm using DOSBox here, but you can use a standard DOS computer if you want. Okay, what I'm about to type in here are just DOS commands for loading QBasic in my case. CD QBasic. QBasic. Now we'll start off by writing the hello world program. Print is the keyword, then the quotation mark is the delimiter. Hello world end quotes. So hello world will appear on the screen when we run this program. Press F5 to run it, and there it is, hello world. Here's a calculator program. At the top there's clear screen keyword, and then print keyword with calculator appearing on the screen. That's the title of the program. I put that there so that people would know what the user would know what the program was used for. Now, dim num1 is single. That's a floating point number because the calculations. It would be nice to have floating points for the calculations. And then num2. So num1 is the first number in the calculation. Num2 is the second. Now here's a do loop. Everything inside the indentation here is to be looped until the rep string does not equal, or when it equals n, then the loop will stop. So it says while rep does not equal n, it does this stuff. So input here. Oh, and by the way, this string here whenever you use a variable that has a $ on the end, it's a string. Strings are just characters, basically. There's input here, input first number, and they type in the first number for the arithmetic, then they put in the operator, and then they put in the second number, and down here these are conditional statements. So if operator is plus, then print onto the screen their first number plus their second number. So it shows the result of the calculation with this line here. And the other three lines do pretty much the same thing. Now with these input statements here, what that does is it puts a prompt onto the screen, and then they type in data to be used by the program. But at the end here, all this does is ask them whether or not they want to do another calculation. So I said again, yes or no, question mark, and rep, $, rep for repeat. Repeat is uppercase of repeat. This uppercase $ with the thing in parenthesis after it, what it does is it makes whatever's in parenthesis uppercase. So that means that there can be one single condition here for the while loop, and that's an uppercase n. So if they put in lowercase n, it'll convert it to uppercase n. Then it loops. Could go on for a long time until they put in n for this question here. So we'll go ahead and run it. F5. Enter first number 2 plus 2 should equal 4, yes. 23 divided by 3 is 7.66 repeater. Now, yes, 55,000 times 55,000 is that. Now that little those characters in there, those letters, that's scientific notation. So you move the decimal point by 9 times to the right there. Anyway, I'll put in no. Open guess. Okay, so this is a guessing game program. At the top it clears the screen like the last program, puts the name on the screen, and then it sets itself up by asking for a range for the magic number to possibly be in, and then there's a randomization line. X has, now with variables, just think of them as places where data can be put as opposed to a constant or something like that. So X has a random number put into it that's somewhere in the range, +1. The number of guesses is set to 0. It does this section here in the indentation while their guess does not equal the magic number. So it inputs their guess here and they type in their guess into the variable. Number of guesses equals number of guesses +1, so it keeps track of how many numbers they've used and how many times the loop is repeated. If their guess is less than X, then print it is greater onto the screen. If their guess is greater than X, then print it is less. And it just loops until they get the right number, and then down the bottom here, this is where the control of the program gets moved to. It goes top to bottom. So print is the next thing that'll be executed. Print, you got it in however many guesses they used tries. So we'll go ahead and run this. 10, 5, 7. Okay, I got it in 2 tries. Run it again. Try 100, 50, 25, 12, 5, 9, 11, 10. Okay, so it seems to be working. Now go on to the next program. Open running average. Now running average, what it does is that it combines numbers that they put in and keeps track of how many numbers there are, and then it divides and it shows the result of a division of the total of their numbers divided by how many numbers that they've put in, if that makes any sense. But at the top there's a clear screen. It prints running average onto the screen here. Some variables are declared using dim. A couple of long fixed point numbers, and A and X are single floating point numbers. And here's a do loop while n is greater than or equal to 0, because down here on the next line you can see that if they put in -1, the program is meant to stop. So that's why there's that condition after the while statement. So they put in, there's an input for the number for whatever number they want to add to the average, and that goes into n. And then count has the count of how many numbers there are has 1 added to it for every time this repeats, and then x, the total, has their number added to it, and then a, the answer, equals the total divided by how many numbers there were, the count of how many numbers, and then it prints a onto the screen, and then it just loops. So we'll go ahead and run it. 10, 20, 0, should go back to 10, and 0 again, 7.5, minus 1 to stop. Alright, might run it again. 1999, the year 1999, 2007, and this year 2012, and the average of those is 2006. So minus 1, open. Okay, the last program here is a unit converter. It converts Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. At the top here there's the clear screen, then it prints the name on the screen, then there's a declaration of the unit, which is the measure of what the temperature was, and then there's X and Y for the answers of the formulas. So here at the top there's that an input for Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit, and then so they can use upper or lower case in the C string because it gets converted uppercase anyway. And then there's an input for the unit, so that's basically the temperature that they're trying to convert. And then there's a textbook formula for converting to Celsius and to Fahrenheit for Y, and then if the conversion was from Fahrenheit, it prints Celsius on the screen, and if it's from Celsius, it prints Fahrenheit on the screen. So we'll run it. Fahrenheit to Celsius, 100 degrees, 37.7 repeater or thereabouts. Run it again. Celsius to Fahrenheit, 23 is 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit. This book might be helpful for those wanting to learn how to program in QBasic. It's called Using QBasic by Phil Feldman and Tom Rugg. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching. Bye.